The June update dropped today. We're going to take a look at what priorities we're going to use for the new defense and take a look at some attacks with a few of the new things that were put into the game. Here we go. We got the crafting station. So let's take a look at the overview here. So obviously we have 3 options and each option has 3 different parts to upgrade. Now I think I'm going to focus, well, I'm going to upgrade one part of each defense all at the same time. I just need to have my builders available, but the first one we're going to do is the flame spinner here. So we got it selected so it's active. Now let's take a look at what we can upgrade here. Okay, so we can do HP, damage per hit, or burst fire shots. I think we're going to start with burst fire shots, and then from there we'll do probably damage per hit, and then we'll do HP last, because this is going to be a damage focused defense, so we're going to upgrade the damage first. And doing the burst fire before the damage per hit is just so that you can get more shots out there. Then after that, I think the next best one would probably be the hook tower here, which is a very interesting one. So for the hook tower, I think the first thing that I would upgrade is probably the hit points. And after that, I think the most important thing is going to be the stun. And the reason I say that is because this defense can hit siege machines, but it can't pull them in. What it can do is stun them, so the longer you stun a siege machine, the better, especially if it's a blimp flying over the base. So that's why I'm going to prioritize the stun fairly high up there. And then I want to prioritize the HP even higher, because obviously it's pulling troops directly to it. So it's going to need to be somewhat tanky when these troops target it directly. Now, I won't necessarily like just go straight at HP and upgrade it until it's completely maxed. I might do some HP and then do some stun and then go back and do some HP. And then once those 2 are pretty much maxed out, then we'll start working on the attack cooldown so that it attacks faster. And then finally, we do have the Crusher Mortar. Now, this does look like a very good defense, especially against Root Riders, which are very prevalent in the current meta. Although I'm going to be a bit cautious in running this, because something else that's prevalent in the current meta is dragons. And then obviously, this is a defense that cannot target air. It will hit the heroes that are on the ground, but it will do obviously nothing to the dragons. But for the priorities, because I will still be upgrading this in case I want to use it on some of my bases, if I have like certain bases that are meant to be anti-Root Rider especially, this would be a good one to use. So starting off with the area damage as the first thing to upgrade on this, because you want that radius to be as big as possible. After that, you'll upgrade to the DPS. That's going to be the next most important thing, because obviously you want as much damage as you can get out of this. And then finally wrap it up with buffing up the HP. Now the HP on this one in the fire spinner aren't going to be as important as the hook, because like I mentioned, the hook is pulling the troops straight into it. That's why the hook is going to have a higher emphasis on HP. It's going to have those troops right there. For the other 2, the HP is good to get it higher, but I think the damage is a much more important aspect for this defense and the fire spinner, the flame spinner. All right, so we got our first upgrades going. The HP on the hook, we've got the burst fire shots on the flame spinner, and the crusher mortar on the, the area damage on the crusher mortar. I'll probably use some builder potions, try to get some of these moving along, and then we'll take a look at some defensive replays in the next couple of days and share those as well. We have all the new stuff, including the dark crown on the prince, and we're gonna try to do some royal champion charges with the new spell and see how that goes. See what kind of situations we can use that in. We'll get your points in. Kayak. Okay. Try to rip the giant arrow from the right side. If I place the queen here and let her take out the drill and go left, she should take out the sweepers. Should being the keyword. In theory, it's amazing. In practice, we'll see. That's how the giant arrow is sometimes. Alright, so far so good. This is really good value for the RC charge. 2 air defenses. Alright, we'll take it. Bonk. Hey, we got him. Nice. Here we go. Where's the air defense at? Oh, they're on the bottom. I'm going to hold on to that hound for now. Reach through that area. An RC from the bottom. Let's freeze that. And that. That queen's dead. Okay, that's not good. At least not ideal. Just focus on the RC for a little bit. I'm going to do that so the Electro Boots can continue to get damage in. There we go. And the RC's still alive. Look at that. We got tricks. And that's going to do it. We are going to mess around with the update stuff a bit more as the days go on, especially as we get the defense upgraded. Hopefully you guys found this interesting. If you want to see more Clash of Clans content, I recommend checking out one of these videos right here.